Here in this video I want to show you 5 ways to make money from home during the current lockdown. Hi, my name is Peter and welcome to the Hidden Online Living YouTube channel, and here I just want to show you some of the best ways that you can get started with today to actually start earning money from home during the current lockdown crisis. As we all know, at the minute the world currently is potentially on lockdown, so we're not really allowed to leave our houses, or if we do, there are certain limitations in place as to how far we can actually go. And a lot of people are now out of work or are currently looking to try and get back into work, but they have no way of actually going back to their physical job. So they need to start earning, or need to start finding ways to earn money from home. And one of the advantages in this situation is that we still have access to the internet, so it does give us that opportunity to be able to work from home if we so wish. So we can earn money online from our computer, as long as we know the right avenues in which to do so. So we're just going to get straight into it, and I'm going to show you 5 of the best ways that you can actually get started to earn money starting from today. So you can just literally get stuck in. Okay, so number 1 will literally be to get started. If you have any sort of skills, like say graphic design skills or web design skills, you can literally take up freelance work working from home on your computer, and you can set up gigs and profiles on the likes of Fiverr.com or even Upwork, and you can use those avenues as a means to draw in potential customers that are looking for someone with your actual skill set and experience that need the work done that they can't do themselves. But that's your opportunity to be able to jump on it and literally provide them with your services and get paid money to do so. So you can work out a set fee, or you can set it out by a weekly, hourly rate, or depending on the actual job itself that you're actually doing. And then you can let that person know if they do think that you're the suitable person for them. You can pretty much give them your options on what you think your time is worth. So that's definitely a really good avenue to go down, and it is one if you do have a lot of free time at home and you need a way to be able to start doing something to stop you from getting bored, basically, so that you can actually just get to work and just provide that little bit of value to other people that need your skills. So the second way in which to earn money online, it may not be the best option, but it is a good way to get started, would be to start doing online surveys. Now, the one thing I will say is that when you're doing surveys, depending on different sites, there are a load of them online. They do take quite a bit of time because you do have to physically sit down at your computer and answer questions. Some surveys can take anything from 5 minutes to 45 minutes, sometimes a wee bit longer depending on the service that you're using. But you can earn small amounts of money for completing surveys. But it's one of those things where it does take quite a bit of time, and I have done previous videos on it, that it does take quite a while to actually build up that money. But considering the current circumstances while you're at home, and if you don't really have any other avenues to make any money, and if you don't have a level of skills to work with online, this would be an actually good entry point to get you more familiar with the whole concept of online purposes, earning money online, even just to get used to using your computer in general, so you can figure out how to use the internet and so forth. And again, why not get paid for doing something when you're at home anyway? So it'd be a good way to use up a bit of your free time during the day, just to literally just have a bit of fun. And if it is something you can enjoy, you can definitely look into it, and you will earn a little bit of money. Now, I will say, like I said, you won't earn a ton of money, but you can gradually build it up over time. But again, you do have to engage with it, and you do have to put quite a bit of time in. But if you do have that free time, then feel free to jump in and have a look at it. So the third way that's be a really good way for you to make money online is to literally sell stuff that you have around your home. If you have any unwanted stuff, any unwanted items like old video games, DVDs, clothing, accessories, any type of electronics, old cameras, etc. Now, I know, considering we are in lockdown, but we are allowed to leave our homes, and some of the postal services or local postal services are still in operation. So you do have that avenue of being able to go in if you do have to take your trip into town to literally post items off as well. So you do have that luxury to do so. So it is still a good opportunity to literally just get rid of anything that you want around the house. And avenues that you can use to do that online would be to set up accounts and sell your items on the likes of eBay. There's also Facebook Marketplace, and there is also a ton of other websites, buy and sell type websites, that you can actually use to be able to sell your items to actually make that bit of money. And the best thing about it is, as well, is you can actually utilize these avenues to even get paid online, so that you can actually, all you'd have to do is just post the stuff off, or even if you don't want to feel like that you want to leave your house, you can still recommend that you could even get in contact with a local courier service and they can come to your house. Now, it will cost you a little bit extra money, but they will still take the package off you and then they will deliver it for you, so you don't actually have to leave the vicinity of your own home. So you do have that option as well. But it is a good way to get rid of stuff around your house. And if you are selling stuff on these places, there is a really good chance that you probably have something lying around here that is actually worth quite a bit of money, and you may not even realize it. Like, for instance, I do use eBay from time to time. I've been using it for years, and I've bought and sold like loads of items on it, and even in terms of like video games. And I've actually sold quite a few video games that I didn't at the time think they were worth anything, and they actually did make me quite a bit of money. So you don't really realize the value of the things you actually have in your house. You may think it may be worth nothing to you, but it's definitely worth something to somebody else, because there is usually always someone looking for what you have. So if you can happen to have it there and can provide that to someone, chances are they'll pay good money in order to get it from you. So it's definitely an avenue worth checking out, and I highly recommend you do so, especially in the current situation if you do need to start making a bit of money. So my fourth recommendation for trying to earn a bit of money at home would literally to become a tester. And what do I mean by that? There's loads of websites online that you can actually give feedback for testing certain features for, like websites, apps, etc. that will actually, you can give feedback to. You'll be given a certain set of rules and criteria that you must follow, and you just follow along with those rules, and then you will actually record yourself on screen or on a video like what I'm doing now. And all you're doing is talking through certain areas. You'll be given access to like a website that's currently being built, and it wouldn't be fully finished. And all you're doing is clicking on links, checking to see if buttons work, checking to see if images work. And all you're doing is just talking about what you're visually seeing on screen and giving your honest and valuable feedback. And literally record that video and then send it off to that platform, and they will review it. And if they think that it's relevant and think that it's worthwhile, you will actually get paid into, say, a PayPal account or some sort of online account that you have set up, or sometimes even into your bank account if you have a way to do that. And there's loads of platforms out there in which you can use to get started on that. There is websites like user testing. There's also user feel. There's UTest. There's also Tester Work. There's also Userlytics and another website called Enroll. Now, they are just some of the handful of websites out there that you can literally get paid to actually test products and services. Again, you will have to meet certain criteria because your profile will have to be reviewed to see if you are actually adaptable to what they're looking for. So if you do meet that criteria, there is a high chance that you can start getting straight into it and start earning money from the platform. Now, I will admit, you won't be able to earn money from the platform all the time, all day, every day. They usually will send you out certain features, or they will let you know by email, or even say by text, etc. Or even if you log into the platform on your dashboard, they will actually let you know if there is products or features that are available to be tested, and then you can actually try and check them out, and just to see if you meet the criteria so that you can actually get involved and get tested on that product. And then you can, when you do give your feedback, you will get a payment from it. Now, the payments can vary. Some places can pay up to $5 to even $10 per 20 minutes over, which is actually really good. Others pay probably a bit less. Some will actually pay a lot more depending if there's other parameters or criteria that needs to be met. Each platform is different, but like I said, there's a ton of platforms out there. Feel free to check them out. Even sign up to multiple accounts and actually just log in and see if you can meet criteria and some, and you can do a few of them each day if there is available tests there to be made. If not, you may have to wait a few days, or sometimes it can take a wee bit longer, but just know that there's no guarantee that you will make money all the time on it. But at the same time, it is a good way to actually earn a little bit of money on the side. And you can make a little bit of a consistent income, and the more feedback that you do give, and if the platforms think that it's more relevant, there is a higher chance that they may actually send more tests your way over time. So you can literally just gradually build that up. So definitely feel free to check that out. And it is definitely a good way to really get started actually just making a little bit of a side income from home. So the last one, number 5, it pretty much rolls off the previous one, and that is to pretty much do more testing, but it's to play video games. And you'd be wondering, how can I actually get paid to play video games? Well, it's actually becoming quite a common thing now. Because in the modern era, with so many mobile devices, consoles, and streaming devices, and because of the fact that there's so many games being made on a daily and a weekly basis that are being published pretty much all the time, it's very, very hard to keep up with the demand for testing purposes so that they can actually, when the game does come out, that it's actually going to be successful. Because if a game is glitchy and it doesn't really work, the chances are it's going to be very, very hard for that developer to really make money from it and to make sales. And the only way they can really do that is to literally get people to test the games. But a lot of developers, a lot of them are actually either small independent developers or indie companies, as they like to call them, where they only have a handful of maybe 4 to 5, maybe 10 developers. So they wouldn't actually have enough manpower to be able to test a lot of the bugs on the games. And a lot of other developers are even only one man or 1 or 2 team developers, and they would have no way of being able to test games, etc., that they're putting together. So a really good way is to put their apps out there onto websites and draw people in and get them to test it, and then they would get paid a certain amount of money for the tests. So a really good example of this would be a popular site called Play Test Ground. And here, like I mentioned in the previous section regarding of giving feedback, etc., you literally will download an app and play games, etc., and you play it for a certain amount of time, but you will also record yourself giving feedback and just give your general ideas of what you think could be broken in the game or where you think areas could be improved in terms of like graphics or how the controls work or how it just generally feels. And if there is anything that's not working correctly, you make sure that you make note of that and let the developers know. And you can get paid up to $9 for playing the game for roughly 15 to 20 minutes, which is actually really, really good. And it's a perfect way because, to be honest, a lot of us nowadays actually do play a lot of video games. I myself, I've grown up with video games. I've played video games my whole life. I've done video game design in college. So I've always been surrounded by video games, and I still love video games today. I still regularly play them. So this here is a perfect way, especially if you're are into that area, to just, why not get paid for doing something you actually really enjoy doing. Now, I know, like going off the previous section, like you mentioned, you're not going to get paid an awful lot of money straight away, but you can gradually build it up over time. And the more tests you do, and if it becomes more relevant, there is a really high chance that you will actually gain more traction and be able to get more tests on a regular basis, so that you can just keep earning that little bit of money. And it's definitely a good way to go. And you can be just literally, if you have 15 or 20 minutes or even an hour to spare, there's no harm in actually just jumping in, and if there's a test available, that you can literally just go in and do it and earn a little bit of money for it on the side and just let it build up over time, along with, say, your day job, or if you have anything else in the works. And so it is a really, really good way to increase your investment over time. Now, I will say that, like the previous versions, you're not always guaranteed to get tests every single day. In some cases you might get lucky, but in other cases probably not. You may get a test maybe once a day or once every second or third day, depending on different criteria. Sometimes you may have to wait a wee bit longer, but as long as you have the count there, you will get notified if you do, if there isn't a test available, or you can always keep checking back into your account to see if there is tests. So then straight away you can apply for them and see if you meet the criteria, and if you do, come straight in and get started and earn a little bit of money. So it's definitely a good way to go, and it's better to get paid to do something that you actually enjoy as well. So it's definitely worthwhile, in my opinion. Another bonus area that I just want to tell you about that you can actually make money from online as well would be to do content writing for other blogs or articles, etc. And a really good platform to actually earn a little bit of money just from doing writing would be to set up an account on medium.com. Medium is actually a really, really good, very well-known platform for content writers, or people that just love writing in general, to really get their own ideas out into the world. And it's a really good avenue to get started with understanding and learning content writing in general, especially if you have an idea of eventually maybe wanting to start your own blog. You can literally use Medium as a format to actually help start developing those skills, so that you can build up the confidence you need to move further in the future. But not only that, Medium also does allow you to actually get paid per article as well that you post on the platform. Now again, like tying into the other areas that I mentioned in the video, you will earn money, but don't be expecting to earn massive amounts. But it's still a really, really good avenue to literally get paid. And like tying in with the other areas, you're getting paid for doing something that you really, really enjoy doing. So it's definitely a worthwhile avenue to look into. So it's free to sign up for an account on Medium, and you can literally get started straight away with setting up the revenue stream so that you can start earning per article, and it works that you get paid per the amount of views you get per article. So the more views and the more traffic that goes to your article, the more chance you actually have of earning more money from it over time. So you can literally just let that keep building up. So the more articles you write, the more chance you actually have of making more money over time. So you can let that just keep building up and building up and building up over time on the side. So it's definitely an excellent way to earn a little bit of a side income from home, and especially online. Like I mentioned, it helps you to develop new skills, you get better at writing, and just build up your overall confidence, and again, just earn some money from it. So I would highly recommend you check out medium.com as well, and literally just get started on that platform too, if writing is something that you really are thinking about getting into. So that's it for this video. That's my 5 ways of how you can actually earn money online from home starting today during this current lockdown. And I really hope that it's given you some insight as to figure out how you can actually get things moving in the right direction. And also it allows you to pass a bit of time and literally just keep you focused. So that way then you can literally just start building things up and, like I said, earn a bit of money and have a bit of fun while you're doing it. So if you have found the information here be helpful, make sure to leave a like on the video. Also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be updated of future content, and also feel free to share the video, as it does help get videos like this out to other people that really do need the help when they want to start making money online or actually build an online business. Also, if you are looking to get started with creating your own online business, make sure to check out the link below this video for a simple and proven formula that I'm using to help build my business that will also teach you the steps to take action. And also be sure to check out some of the other videos here on screen, where they will show you helpful guides and tips that will also teach you other areas that you can focus on when trying to build your online business. And I will see you all in the next one.